Kasi nanggung. Itu lagi mulai kita ini lagi live.
My blade moves with the shadows. The limits. Alright, this is it, live prediction. Ottawa tunjukkan pesanamu. Onyx Esports sebagai home team, ada Servit Lens di sana. Cewek belum bermain kembali dan gold lanernya di sini akan berjumpa dengan Renzi dari Geekfam sebagai away team. Untuk trio yang bermain di tengah, kita punya Sunstuk Jungler dan juga Hans, ada Trian, Freeze, Keyboy dan juga Salman dan Boots bersama dengan Adam yang lima di sini. Boots peringkat kedua untuk MVP regular season sejauh ini, dan kita tahu bagaimana perform dari Boots yang selalu bisa mengangkat rekan-rekannya ketika mereka sedang terpuruk di early game. Ada Boots di sana untuk menciptakan suatu peluang agar gamenya ke drag masuk ke late game, dan di sanalah Sans ataupun Servit Lens diharapkan akan bisa bersinar. Dan jangan lupakan juga untuk hero pool yang cukup banyak dari Hans di sini, pastinya akan merepotkan pertahanan dari Onyx Esports. Jadi Onyx, kita tuh nantikan juga apakah akan keluar juga drafting yang berani dari Onyx, karena kemarin mereka cukup berani menggunakan Popol Kupah sebagai gold laner dimainkan oleh cewek. Dan juga jangan lupakan satu lagi, ada Fanny pertama kali juga kembali muncul lagi di Lane of Dawn, dimainkan oleh Sans. Itu adalah kunci untuk Onyx Esports. Ketika mereka berhadapan dengan lawan mereka, mereka akan memberikan kejutan dengan draftingan yang sangat berani sekali. Apalagi ini kita sudah masuk ke dalam minggu yang kedua setelah patch. Tentunya semua pemain sudah saling menyesuaikan satu sama lain, tinggal bagaimana mereka mengimplementasikan ke dalam strategi mereka sendiri. Dan di early game harus bisa maksimal, terutama untuk Geekfam sendiri, karena mereka punya Salman yang berarti bahwa mereka harus bisa bermain dengan sangat agresif dan cermas. Oke, menarik lagi dan lagi Servit Lens berani ditaruh untuk kali ini, dan tentunya apakah Onyx akan benar-benar menuntaskan Servit Lens untuk satu match full, atau bahkan ada pergantian momen di game yang kedua. Tapi coach dari head to head, karena kita bakal langsung lihat di mana Mars dengan tanda seru dan juga Bentro di posisi dari tim Onyx. Mereka bermain dengan cukup banyak 31 game, bahkan dengan 65% win rate yang mereka miliki, berbanding terbaik dengan Bentro. Tapi ini statistiknya udah tidak lagi menjadi sebuah penentu. Karena apa? Geekfam benar-benar kalau dia ingin menghentikan pergerakan dari Onyx untuk menuju upper bracket, mereka bisa lakukan saat ini. Tapi kalau Onyx jangan sampai lengah, jangan sampai terbuai kalau mereka gua ngelawan Geekfam. Tapi bakat itu yang bisa menjadi satu buah obstacle ketika Onyx menuju upper bracket.
Iya, setuju banget sih. Ibaratnya nih, Ranger Mas, kalau kita lagi yang victory, apa aja yang harus dilakukan oleh Onyx untuk lebih berhati-hati lagi? Servit Lens mengoptimalkan potensinya seperti kata Awawa, Servit Lens dan juga Sans ini bisa dibilang key player dalam Onyx itu sendiri, dan batasi hero pool dari Hans yang sangat luas. Hans bisa bermain jungle juga apapun ya, jadi kayak itu harus dibatasin banget ya Awawa.
Ya, dengan memenangkan dua match di side lane ini sebenarnya ya PR juga, tapi kita tahu bagaimana Boots ini kuat banget, dia strong, dia bisa nge-drag game-nya sampai dengan late. Dan kita masih menunggu juga performa dari teman-teman yang lain selain daripada Boots-nya. Mendapatkan farm yang dibutuhkan ini juga penting, tapi pasti tergantung dari jungle apa yang akan dipakai oleh Sans. Apakah dia akan menargetkan untuk mendapatkan hero demi hero dan menekan gold lane milik dari Envy, berarti tugas dari Sir Fitlands. Apakah Onyx akan memilih untuk menggunakan marksman sebagai gold laner atau ada sesuatu yang berbeda nanti di gold lane-nya, Raja Mas?
Oke, benar juga ya Opung Wawan. Sir Fitlands ini benar-benar
Assassin.
dia bermain dengan assassin ya. Tapi di sisi lain, dengan 88% pilihan dari tim Sobat Onyx kali ini berhasil membuat Geek Fam hanya memiliki 12%. Tapi untuk para fans dari Geek Fam, kalian jangan bersedih, jangan berkecil hati. Ini prediksi tadi di Fifth Legend Assemble 5 tahun Mobile Legends Bang Bang aja bisa dipatahkan. Tapi untuk kali ini kita bakal lihat apakah dari tim yang memiliki win rate cukup tinggi dengan prediksi penonton bakal mendapatkan poin maksimal. Dan tentunya aku udah gak sabar Talia dan juga Opung Wawan untuk jalan-jalan ke gaming house. Boleh ya? Langsung aja kita ke gaming house. Yuk, capcus, silakan Talia.
Iya, langsung aja nih kita intip sejenak dari gaming house milik Onyx Esport, di mana pastinya Onyx. Nah, udah ada boost juga tuh yang paling depan. Udah langsung bersiap-siap aja. Dan ini dia, langsung kita intip dari tim head to head by Nimo TV, di mana kita sudah melihat adanya Onyx yang bermain lebih banyak dari total gamenya, tapi ada top 2 picknya yaitu Jawhead, Chow. Di sisi lain dari Geek Fam ada Saber dan juga Parsha, yang mana memang kalau kita bilang Onyx ini terkenal banget dari agresifnya, apalagi dengan hadirnya seorang Salman seperti kata Om Wawa dan Hans dan juga Sans. Ini dua player yang bisa dibilang Sansnya juga dia farming iya, tapi ketika dia udah ngumpulin banyak jungle-nya, pas dia tuh bakal langsung terus-terusan ngepas ke arah lawannya. Begitu pula dengan Hans. Dia menjadikan frontend juga agresif banget Om Wawa.
Ya, satu yang gue notice dari Onyx Esport ini, mereka adalah tim yang mengerikan dari kerjasama tim. Karena lihat stats-nya, 426 dari 31 total games. Dibandingkan dengan Geek Fam 479, tapi dengan 28 games. Yang berarti bahwa permainan kolektif dari Onyx Esport ini mereka sangat rapi sekali. Big War, team fight-nya ini acap kali dimenangkan oleh Onyx Esport sendiri. Sehingga untuk tim yang lainnya, kalau kita ngelihat dengan data seperti ini, sudah mulai harus ya, yang lebih kurang adalah bahwa mereka bisa menjaga. Mereka adalah tim dengan less death. Berarti minim kecelakaan yang terjadi untuk Onyx Esports, dan itu bisa jadi mereka kembalikan keadaan dari sana juga, tarik ulur, dan setelah itu mereka mudah mundur ke belakang, lawannya overextend, dan itu dimaksimalkan untuk Onyx Esports sendiri. Yang dimana untuk sisa sendiri memang di sini dimenangkan oleh Onyx Esports ya, berdasarkan datanya juga. Tapi satu lagi dari Geek Fam, mereka untuk menggunakan pick of strategy, dan apakah ketika berhadapan dengan Onyx ini akan dipakai nanti, Ranger Mas?
Tapi sih yang pasti aku bisa lihat di sini dari tim mungkin saja bisa mengamankan seorang Balmon atau bakal dikasih rambut. Karena kita tahu dari tim Geek Fam itu luar biasa kuat dengan meta Balmon di area jungle-nya dan masih belum terpatahkan seingat aku ya Opung Wawa ya. Dan Sir Fitlands kali ini benar-benar harus bisa catch up dengan seorang Renvi. Tapi kita bakal lihat balik lagi menunjukkan traffic Selena menjadi salah satu pilihan utama, dan Hayabusa menjadi pilihan yang tidak akan terbantahkan dengan revamp yang terbaru, membuat White Shadow-nya lebih jauh mendekat terhadap bayangan.
Iya, jadi
Iya.
iya, dan ini dengan adanya kali ini Selena dan juga Hayabusa, dua hero yang bisa dibilang agresif banget, berlangsung ditutup dari Onyx Esport. Kita tahu Salman bisa dibilang salah satu user Tigreal juga ya Om Wawa. Jadi akankah Onyx Esport bakal mencoba untuk meminimalisir combo-combo hero yang bakal digabungkan dengan adanya Tigreal dan Polveus bersama dengan Lancelot? Udah langsung ditutup, Esmeralda masih terbuka, Jawhead masih terbuka Om Wawa.
Ya, lihat bagaimana statistik dari Boots. Kalau disandingkan dengan Adam, KDA-nya gede banget untuk Boots. Dia pemain yang minim banget untuk terkena death-nya, tapi bisa memberikan kontribusi maksimal. Dan yang lebih serem lagi, kalau Boots-nya tumbang, biasanya dari Onyx Esport mereka cukup goyang. Jadi ini key player banget untuk Onyx Esports pemain yang mungkin tidak terlalu terlihat, tapi sekarang dia sangat bersinar untuk di season yang ke-8, apalagi bermain sebagai XP laner yang kita tahu di sini XP laner ini perannya sangat dibutuhkan untuk bisa mengangkat rekan-rekannya nanti masuk ke mid game dan late game, karena gold lane adalah tempat yang selalu digengsi. Tanpa Povius dan juga tanpa Pakito sekarang masih ada Matilda mungkin untuk Geekfam atau Link. Geekfam akankah melakukan banning terhadap semua assassin yang bisa dimainkan oleh Sans? Juga ada.
Iya, Nathan nih mereka menurut aku mending amanin Nathan aja. Oke, kalau mereka mau main Fanny dari tim Onyx Esports masih bisa di counter gitu loh Bung Wawan. Tapi kalau dia lepas Nathan ya, ini walaupun dari Giva punya Almond ataupun Barat sekalipun, ingat Bung Wawan udah bilang ke aku entropinya sekarang enak banget, itu seperti link gratis, tapi ternyata link menjadi pilihan utama dari tim Onyx Esports. Kalau link menjadi pilihan utama, tandanya backline mereka bakal lembut, backline mereka bakal empuk. Oke, backline mereka empuk antara dua. Apakah sekarang mereka akan berebut Parsha atau YP? Pilihannya di sana, tapi Matilda menjadi pilihan. YP akan menjadi salah satu.
Jadi bakal kita lihat kali ini akankah mungkin bakal muncul hero-hero seperti Popol Kupa Jawhead. Udah ada. Kali ini disandingkan dengan siapa nih kira-kira? Udah ada Matilda, Eve atau Barat buat makan Kara Eve-nya, Kara Matildanya Benedetta. Benedetta terlebih dahulu diamankan oleh Geekfam biar lebih kuat di sisi sideline-nya, dan juga memang Benedetta ini juga masih terbilang cukup fleksibel ya, dia dijadikan jungle juga masih bisa. Tapi dari Onyx Esports melihat ada Benedetta dan juga Jawhead, dua combo ngerusuh, yang satu bisa ngerusuh ke arah jungle, yang satu bisa nge-cutting lane. Jadi jawaban seperti apa dari Onyx Esports? Export mungkin atau Tamus nih kira-kira omong?
Sesuatu yang tebal juga atau bahkan yang bisa diamankan sekarang Nathan masih masuk akal, dan itu dia Xbox 1 Karina ternyata. Oke, dan di sini build-nya untuk Karina sini apakah akan damage atau kita akan melihat build up sebagaimana yang dipergunakan oleh dari tim Aura sendiri. Tapi kita tahu ini udah cukup sustain dengan kemunculan dari Xbox bersama dengan Karina sekarang, yang dimana rata-rata nggak bisa di one shot ya oleh Jawhead ataupun Benedetta, dan Eve ada di sana untuk mengurangi efek dari pemain-pemain Onyx Esports ketika mereka sudah masuk ke dalam team fight. Real world manipulation dibuka juga Onyx Esports, mereka tidak akan mudah untuk bisa mundur kembali ke belakang aja mas.
Ben Parsha dapat Ben Parsha, Ben Nathan udah gak ada counter dari YP-nya. Tapi ini dari Onyx Esports kayaknya pas dia tadi nge-pick pertama itu Matildanya mungkin untuk seorang Drian sih, tapi kita belum tahu. Dan dua orang yang sangat-sangat luar biasa sudah terlihat mukanya terpampang jelas, Sans dan juga Hansi. gentlemen, this is the last day of the regular season. Joining me right here is Sophia, aka Selfish Miss, and my name is Jace. What a banger of a start. What an upset. I got a feeling that Impunity has to go back licking its wounds for now, but Explorer looking very strong.
Yep, and I think that, Explorer showing us that even the Dark Horses teams that you could never expect,
Yep.
they are now in the top brackets. What is happening? I don't understand.
I explain what happens. Vertigo with absolute wonkers of predictions, just predicting, seeing forward in the future, a bit wonky, but he hits the mark for some weird reason. I blame Vertigo for the upsets that we've been receiving thus far. But speaking about upsets, right? You won't be upset if you're going into a very laggy game. All you need is Singtel 5G. Unlock ultra responsive gaming with 2 times lower latency on Singtel 5G. Get the edge you need while gaming on the go. Don't be upset by, lag anymore with Singtel 5G, the most powerful 5G network in Singapore.
And speaking of not getting upset, you will not be upset if you sit on one secret lab chair.
Of course.
Because it is the most comfortable chair and
Yes.
the chair of choice for all gamers, professional gamers, and casters.
Man, like, I have my own right now, and it feels like every time I sit on this chair, I need to cast. And I go into, like, Teams meeting, and I'm like, man, oh, sorry, hi.
That explains why I see Jace online ML at some hours. It's work hours.
Don't expose me, Selfish Miss, don't expose me. But anything else you want to expose?
Yeah, but don't be upset. Don't be upset because, of course, besides Secret Lab, shout out to
Yep.
Subway as well. I just had a Subway cookie.
Oh, was it good?
A chocolate chip, it was so delicious. I had it before the second match. So, shout out to Subway. And speaking of which, do you know that they have a new sub?
Yep, a new sub that is the seafood seafood patty sub. It's if you love seafood, if you adore the seafood, this is something that you want to pick it up for yourself. Grab yours at the closest Subway restaurants, and for a limited time only, so get it while stock lasts.
Yes, indeed. And also to all our fans out there who have been supporting us, watching the stream, we thank you so much. And
Right.
to reward you guys, we just passed a mark, and stay tuned, just like and share. All you have to do is share this live stream from MPL Singapore's Facebook page. And once we hit our milestone, we will be rewarding you guys with exclusive fragments. We also have skins that we are giving away. We have skin trial packs, we have Euro trial packs. So please like and share the love. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, and speaking about what I love about sharing is that we love to share goodies with you, and there's also this live stream First Blood giveaway. Take a look. We once you every series, you too can also be a winner. Just comment #Legends are Born on live stream and predict which team will get the First Blood. The winners will be selected after the match week and will be contacted by one of us, and we'll give you the prizes almost immediately.
Yeah, so having this be the last week.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the last
for the
day.
regular season.
For the regular seasons,
Right.
and then we're going to go into break where the teams will go into kind of for their training,
Oh my god.
and then we'll see you back at playoffs. So today's the last day. Share, comment down below, pour all your hearts out for all the matches
That's
coming
right.
up, and just predict with us. Predict who do you think is going to have the first blood?
Well, coming up next is going to be, Kingsman
Kingsman.
going up against Almighty. My money is
Look at Vertigo. Look at Vertigo.
I don't know what to feel, man. Vertigo, I will never put him in charge of anything that requires analysis and predictions. He's going to go for that 1%. He's always lucky with this 1%, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw back to that time where Kimi wasn't buffed. This was before the meta change, before the patches, right? He predicted a Kimi to appear, and poof! It appeared for him on the screen, and that's super salty now.
Yep, I know, and it was like that 1% chance
Yes.
that Kini will ever be drafted in
Uh-huh.
MPL, and he called it right. And this time now, he called out that Almighty will win 2-0 against Kingsman. It will be the biggest upset because Kingsman, we know that they need that 2 points to go up into the upper brackets. It's not impossible, but they need to win Almighty 2-0. But Almighty, they're in the lower brackets. Even though they win 2-0 against Kingsman, they will still be in the lower brackets.
That's right, because Explorer beaten Almighty. I think it was last week, right, in a 2-1 fashion. But this also means that if Almighty 2-0, Explorer will stay in the upper brackets. And I guess that's what makes it very interesting, right? It's this tight little fight between 3, 4, 5, and you have people all the way at the underdogs trying to bite back. And I would say if Almighty win, it's a big no button to Kingsman in getting the upper brackets, and it's a big nerve, in my opinion, against Kingsman. But with that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what Kingsman has to say against Almighty.
All the offlaners in the tournament, how do you think you rank? You rank 16 of them, right?
Yeah, 16.
So where are you?
I think I below top 5. I'm not say I so good. Not a good player.
You're around top 5?
I think so.
It's fair enough. You're still the upper half. So what would it mean to you to win the MPL trophy? What do you mean lifting it up? What do you mean?
How to describe the feeling? But since I never experienced that feeling before in my life, holding a trophy.
So you wanna experience that feeling?
I just want to experience the feeling.
Really nice. He's the mid support player and the other 50% of the pro duo with Sky. So you two are the clowns in the team? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Like before we come to the office, we like to lighten up the mood a bit, say a few jokes. But then when it comes to game, we are quite serious about it. Yeah. No
Because you're telling me you guys throw rank games and some scrims, which is kind of worrying.
I mean, sometimes it's very stressful, but then sometimes you also need to be serious about training and all.
What is the worst thing that you guys have done that through the game?
There was one time when we just random all our heroes, but then even though we lost, we still had a bit of fun. Almighty, to me, probably the weakest, if not the second weakest team. I'm not really considering them.
Any reason or just general vibe?
I think the two key players from Almighty left, which was Jay and Dope and Adam Mendoza. I think these two teams were the one carrying them. Like many people would say, like Almighty just two players.
Okay.
Yeah, which I agree to a certain extent. Yeah, so both them leaving, I think had quite big impact on them.
I think they are currently the best team in Singapore with all the strongest mechanical players in Singapore. But I feel that the only way to win them is to have mind games with them and get into their head.
So tilt Bambi.
Yes.
Okay. Bambi and you seem to have some beef in the past, I believe, yeah? Was it you and Kingsman that had beef last season?
I have no idea why he just keep trash talking me.
Okay.
But I pretty much think that he trash talks everyone.
Stand by me, his friend, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you can do whatever you want, you can say whatever you want. But do you really play that well?
So you saying he is carried by his team?
Yeah, I'm quite sure that Jay and Forza will carry him mouse for a lot.
Okay.
Another spicy interview coming in. I wasn't expecting that, but I feel that it's going to be exciting. It's a lot to prove onto the side of Almighty as well as Kingsman. A lot of ego and pride coming in.
Yeah, especially Odia Bambi, right? Especially when Odia Bambi plays them as the second lowest team, which is, I would say it's correct as of now, but don't count your eggs before they're hatched or chickens before they're hatched, because, if Kingsman lost, there will be their own doing. And
they will be all the way at the second lowest team, climbing ahead of just Notorious.
Well, let's look at the lineup for today. We have Kingsman, Odia Bambi, Azura XJ, Forza, as well as Loon. And for the side of Almighty, Bush, Ryzen Sky, Q Dicey, Alpha Pina.
Yeah, I mean, we actually met Q Dicey at the downstairs, and we're like, I always have a problem because I used to call him by his old name, so I keep calling him Cutie Icy, and he's like, no, it's Q Dicey. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a tough habit to shake.
Yeah, I was asking him, so how are your odds against Kingsman and confidence, and very humble player. He was
Yes.
just like, we see how.
We see how it is.
Yeah.
I really respect, players, especially when they go so humble, they're down to earth. Players like Q Dicey.
But come on, I love some DMs. I love some ego statements out there. And speaking of which, look at the statistics. Pretty sure that Alpha Vina, his signature hero, no surprise that it used to be the Alice. But then, after the teams constantly ban it out, then he has swapped over to the Xbox. But Loon, signature hero, that Uranus last still damage soaked in by his Uranus. I'm hoping to see Kingsman picking up the pace, especially with Loon coming in to do Truman the off lanes.
Yep. They had to swap out another member, bro. I can't really remember.
They actually swapped Too Easy for Angelo over to the side of Envy, which later we will see against the match with Evos. We'll see how he performed, but then they add Chu back into the roster as a sub.
Yeah, so it tells you a lot of things. If a team constantly have to swap the roster around, whenever there's someone that's new that you introduce into the team, the whole mechanic has changed. You've seen this in other teams. When remember Reminiscent and Enya, now who are you going to put in the jungle role, right? That was before the patch, but now it's clear Enya goes back into the gold lane. But now, let's take a look at the players the team head-to-head. Still in the favor of Almighty. Kingsman has not had a very good run in the season. They lost to, even the likes of Flash. They lost to RSG. At least they won Explorer, win at least Notorious Villain for the past week. But in order to maintain this momentum, they need to win against Almighty. But Almighty, I don't think they're going to take this beating lying down.
Yeah, the thing I like about Almighty is that they are really young players, and with that, they tend to really open up their hero pool. They can pick whatever you want, no judgment.
No judgment.
And that's the beauty about having young people, they can pick a Uranus mid lane. They're so open to any potential picks, and I think that to some extent I really enjoy that because it brings out the joy, of playing the game. And I'm playing head to head. It's going to be Loon against Q Dicey. Loon, he debuted last week, so I think that the stats might be a little bit unfavorable because he only played one.
That's right.
One week, right?
Yeah, the sample size is not too big, so I'm gonna currently ignore this head-to-head. But what we can tell that we know is Loon definitely has more experience, especially in professional tournament setting. Q Dicey, he comes from the community, very down to earth, very humble guy. I'm obviously showing my biasm right here because I remember that one time when he went in.
You just love humbleness.
I love it. It's cool. It's nice. But I mean, I know why you like it.
Sometimes a little bit of competition, I feel that spice up, especially for our viewers, that's what we like to hear. We like to hear the beef. Come on.
All right, but I mean, that's just my take. I believe Selfridge Miss is a very spicy woman. She loves the BM. She loves the beef being tossed left, right, center. But let's take a look at the lane predictions once again. Like I said, this is a prediction. Don't forget, the meta changed so drastically. We've seen teams unable to adapt very quickly. I'm going to name one of them right now. It is our favorite EVOS. But Almighty, they're the one who instantly reacted, and all boils to them. You mentioned, right, Sophia, they're very young. In fact, they also mentioned in the banter video, they could just go in random and just play the game. So the flexibility and the adaptation is what Almighty needs in order to win against Kingsman.
Yep, absolutely agree. And the thing about Almighty is that they can always swap players around.
Yep.
They have their tank play as the core. Anything can happen for them. Kingsman, meanwhile, we are pretty sure that Oji is going to go into the mid role. Jay is going to be the mage. But I think that if there's one kind of thing that I want to say about Almighty is that they remind me about 5 people playing together and having that fun playing
Yeah.
together. And I think that, of course, winning is important, but it's playing together, the joy of playing together. And they kind of remind me of why I started playing Mobile Legends. And sometimes I have to kind of remind myself that, hey, it's not always about just winning. Everything is about enjoying. And I think that Jay is looking at me because, while I played a ranked game with he lost, and then I was like, pointing out his mistake.
Was instantly banned from her friend list.
And I think I flooded with him in the chat. Was like,
Yeah,
you should have done this, you should have done that, and everything. And I felt kind of bad, but I'm sorry.
You should
It was the
bad.
first.
You should feel
It was the
bad.
first game for me of the season, and I lost. I have a 0% win rate. And
But you got 15 wins straight after that. What even?
yeah,
But
I mean, I have to I got carried.
Okay.
I got carried. Thank you so much, everybody who carried.
But okay, another point of view is I also came in a different way of playing MLBB. You like to play with friends. I personally like to solo queue a little bit too much. So when it comes to like team setting, right, I don't really feel that.
You don't know like what is the rotation.
That's right. Because I've been solo queuing, I have a lot of trust issues. When there's a jawhead appearing, I just instantly snap by the art potion, but they said now it's disabled throw anymore. And then you see like the Krufa, right, jumping in on his own. I'm like, you know what? I don't trust this Krufa. I'm just gonna back out. So I mean, it's a different play style, but it's really what you said. It's really heartwarming to see Almighty, these bunch of young kids coming together. I don't know why we say it like we're really old. Like they're just here to have some fun, and in fact, this fun have brought them thus far, and they've adapted faster. They've shown absolutely crazy, stunning results. Yes, there are upsets by Explorer, but Almighty, I feel like they could eventually take this game, but they need to surprise me.
Well, all is about surprise. We had a surprise early in the morning, so will we get a second surprise of the day? Well, we're in the first game of this series, Almighty versus Kingsman.
Yep. Almighty versus Kingsman, Almighty banning away their higher booster. I feel like what Almighty's game plan is, we try to make Odia Bambi as uncomfortable as possible. We tilt Odia Bambi and we take game. I think this is the plan that next QT has in store for Almighty. Now, Kingsman, on the other side, right, they could start banning away, I believe, Bush. They need to start limiting
Your team
Bush's
is
side
banning.
of the Wrath, but instead, look at that.
Is banning.
All it takes is to be zen, not lose your composure,
He needs to like go into the Lotus mode.
and hug everybody and sing Kumbaya.
I think that's what Kingsman should do because not really.
Your team is
bad and
banning.
very good run for the regular season. They've lost quite a few games against the big boys. Now they're here picking up the scraps. They need to sing Kumbaya song. They need to meditate, whatever. They need to calm down because Almighty, look at them. They're banning away Selena once again, targeting Jay, and Kingsman banning away Export. Remember Jay on the Kadita? He's absolutely nothing on that. So I guess we need to take a
Your
look
team
out
is
at that.
banning.
Well, I beg to differ. I think that his Kadita, in my opinion, is a bit. I mean, it wasn't his best stage. It took 30 minutes for him to land the perfect Kadita ultimate, but I think that you are right about his signature hero being the Selena. There's one hero that he plays really well, so I think it's a respect ban to a step. But speaking of which, KGM immediately they banned out to the Xbox, not giving Alpha V9 the Xbox. But let's not forget, I feel that Alpha V9 is very good in his off lanes. He can play the Rapu, he can play onto the Alice, which a lot of teams banning out as a respect ban onto that. And KGM, this time around they're not gonna give him the Xbox, but they might open up the Alice for him to take. But speaking of which, so much heroes is open for the first pick of Almighty because potentially they can pick up the Jawhead, they can pick up the Farsa.
I feel like everything is open for Almighty because Kingsman, they opt to ban the Yuchong. Like I said, you're targeting this one person all the way down to the ground. You give a lot of freedom for everyone. Take a look at Almighty picking up the Farsa right off the bat. I believe that's going to go into the hands of Ryzen as well. He plays a mean Farsa as well. So now Kingsman, knowing that there's a Farsa in the enemy team, I want to see Mathildas. I want to see like Jawheads as well. You need to try to deny the better ash
airstrike, remove that damage out of the equation, and you should be able to win games.
Well, I think if I'm Kingsman, I think that Jorge would be a really good pick. I like Jorge's quick initiator, and I believe that it can be between Forza or Azura X. If Forza choose to go into the goal lane, then of course Azura X can pick up the Jorge for itself, and immediately KGM they're gonna take the link. The link is back; it's no longer banned, and they take the Barat as well. Two really strong picks, in my opinion, for KGM.
Yep. For the side KGM, you've got tools to shut the Varsa down. The link, but there's still Tempest of Blades technically going in with the iframes that works a little bit. But the Barat is going in, chopping all the way, bite someone in, push it all the way out after digesting it. I think Kingsman, solid job coming on. We're expecting them to go back to a more traditional meta as compared to what Almighty might do now. Q Dicey going into the Mathilda. I would expect a jawhead coming off of Almighty because, you know, the jawhead sets up for the Farsa very well. You're unstoppable force, you toss someone all the way back in, follow up with a feather airstrike. But Almighty, okay, Bush going out for the nade.
Well, I think that I have not seen Kingsman's full draft, but you see the way that Odia Bambi, he picks up the link first as well as the Barats. It kind of shows Kingsman's desperation on getting their comfort picks because they want to secure that 2-0 desperately to be up in the upper brackets. This is the feeling that I'm having from Kingsman because Odia Bambi onto the link, it's one of his comfort assassin picks, and I think that it shows how desperate Kingsman wants that 2-0.
Your team is banning.
To Almighty.
Yeah, following that up. Move coming up from Kingsman, the Eve being selected. We've seen this matchup before. Now, Almighty has to try to find a way to shut down the real manipulation at the same time. So both sides will be using the same exact page from the textbook. But looking out, Almighty, I feel like they have very solid damage. They've got very good engages, very good setup for the Nathan. But Kingsman though, they've got the tank. They've got someone that could, if you want to fight me in team fights, it's okay. I can split. I think there's a lot of flexibility.
Your team is banning.
But Almighty, they're looking to fight S5.
Well, Kingsman continues the banning phase. It's going to be Aulus being banned.
Yeah, you mentioned about Aulus being OP as well, and
Very OP. I wasn't expecting the damage, but once I get a taste of Aulus at distance,
Your
I'm
team
like,
is
okay,
banning.
I got it. But you know, the next ban for Almighty, they're gonna ban away the Kufra, not giving them the Kufra, but they still open the Jawhead.
yeah, the jaw is very wide open, right? Kingsman could possibly pick it up for Azura X. And now, I don't really understand why Almighty decides to ban away the Kufra, but okay, maybe because Kingsman will be going out from this draft, they will be able to counter pick the Kufra away, so Almighty might as well just sacrifice that ban and take that away.
Your
But
team
for
is
the side of
banning.
Kingsman, they ban away the Karina instead this time around. If you notice, NPL, other regions, they're playing the Karina as a tank. Because Almighty, they haven't selected a very good tank yet or a very good core yet. I think Kingsman is looking into the future, banning away very scary new meta cores.
Well, I've seen the Karina. It's a core, but she builds tank items.
Yes.
And the sustainability coming in from Karina is one that I will hope to see one day with all Singapore players playing on it. But the last ban is going to be onto the Jawhead. KGM, they have to pick up their tank. And who do you think that they're going to pick up it? No, they're still not going to go for a tank. They're going to go for the Lapu.
Yeah, because Almighty has targeted ban all the tanks, right? The Joy is taken away, the Kufa is taken away, so Kingsman, I agree with the Lapu Lapu. You have decent sustainability, you can also have damage, you can find the Farsa, you can find the Nathan, there's also the dive potential coming in, so I really agree with Lapu Lapu. We don't need to prioritize the tank right now, but what are the tanks that open that?
Poco, we have Rafaela, we have Grok.
I think Kingsman, they can go for the, I would say a Grok will be nice. You kind of block Almighty, you try to split them up. And then you also have this very early game, you know, go in and dive, try to, you know, invade as well. Try to stall for time for the
Your
side of
team
Almighty.
is picking.
But let's take a look at the pick coming up from Almighty. Minister?
Mincetar as well as Benedetta. Well, I like the Mincetar pick, and the reason, let me validate my reason, right? Is because Sky, it's one of his kind of top picks. He used the Mincetar often as a tank. I like it, and I'm really excited to see how they are going to execute on this Mincetar. But KGM, they're left with one pick. Essentially, Mincetar, they have a lot of CC, coming in. So, I mean, if I'm KGM, I think that Grok would be a good pick. Especially with the knockup coming in, could stop Farsa to knock up that Farsa from the Feather airstrike. We have the Lapu Lapu, which can go into the back lines. But speaking of which, it is going to be Natalia.
Okay, so pick your poison, ladies and gentlemen. You go for something that's tanky. I'm gonna just jump on top of you with my wild charge. Or do I go for stealth? Do I go into the back lines, Night Rises, Night Bush, walk on away safety? I think the second question we also have to ask all of us and ask them is basically who will be the core or jungler for the side of Almighty? Because take a look, Sky has been on core duty, bringing the retribution into the jungle all this while. And if you notice how Kingsman is constantly targeting these new meta heroes away, and I feel like Almighty, they are the trendsetters. They brought in the Uranus with the retribution into MPL Singapore. So adaptation is key coming out. But will the veteran CE go up against Almighty?
Well, but we just got news from production that it is going to be a rematch. Definitely the last pick should have been Natalia. So
that makes more sense.
Yeah, we should go in for a rematch, right? Because I'm very puzzled when Natalia comes because I would expect that Kingsman, they have a lot at stake, so they definitely want to draft
I agree.
all their comfort picks that they are very comfortable with. Having the Natalia will definitely kind of throw them off.
Yes.
And we're going to go into a rematch, which means that Jace has more time,
What? More time to do what? to basically join your 5-man? Still trying to get into some business.
He's still very salty about it.
Very salty, of course. But of course, we're going to hide into this technical pause. But let's talk about what we know, right? Assuming that Natalia is not part of Kingsman's draft. Because remember, we asked this question, right? Do we go for this hard tank or do I choose stealth? Personally, I love stealth games, right? I would go for the Natalia. But Natalia, I agree, doesn't match the MO of Kingsman.
Yeah,
So
it's too paper if they get caught. And I think that one good peel for them would be Grog.
Yes.
In my opinion, I would love that Grog because, like I say, the knockup on Farsa, on the Feather airstrike, then let's not forget Lapu Lapu, very strong to go into the back lines.
Yep.
Stop Farsa as well. So I think that will be one pick. Or if they can bring out maybe the Arthur.
Akai is actually very good because with the Hurricane Dance, you'll be able to push the members away. If you notice how Almighty is drafting, there's this 5-man death ball. They want to walk all over. You want to try to split them up for the side of Kingsman, right? So Akai fits that build, the wall charge fits the build, the wall from the Grog also fits as well. Another thing that came into my mind, but it kind of slipped away. I know it's a very weird pick, but I can't remember all of a sudden as I was like thinking about I really want to join the Selfish Business team, but of course, I guess I have to go back into solo queue.
Well, I mean, solo queue isn't bad, but trust me, I tried to solo queue for 1 week.
Yeah.
It is not good.
It is not easy.
It's
man.
brutal.
It is absolutely brutal because you're giving yourself up to RNG and to the point that you become like, okay, I've got no one else to blame but myself. I think that's how I see this game, unfortunately. So Almighty, hopefully they're not 5 different solo queuers. I think they should be able to take this game in the back because they're so clumped up together. They also have, the power of friendship that they desperately need to go up against.
Power of friendship. But I think that having that Mincetar, they have to fight within the Mincetar space. So I think that it's not going to be easy unless they bait out Link on that burst of weight. Because let's not forget, the mobility coming in from Ozebembe on that Link. It's not going to be easy to catch him in that crowd control. So we shall see how Almighty is going to pick that up. But I'm excited for the Nathan.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Nathan, right? Because basically the second skill is almost like an ultimate. Big range, big CC, lot, very pain, especially towards the late game. But I mean, I was actually playing around with the Nathan, a bit of Theorycraft of mine. And do you prefer him to go with the Endless Battle, Hunter Strike, a lot of armor penetration, or do you prefer to build him with the Hunter Sword on attack speed?
Well, I don't think that I will go for the first build because I think that you can actually choose to build a bit of a mage item for Nathan. But a fun fact for you, do you know that conspiracy theory, right?
Okay,
They say that
okay.
Nathan is actually Claude from the future because he came from the future. So there is a fan conspiracy theory that Nathan is Claude from the future.
Almost the same MO, right? It's a marksman, it dashes all the way in, but where's the monkey?
The monkey has been replaced to the ultimate because you know the ultimate you also can get, you know.
What? I don't know, man.
Where is Dexter, right?
Yeah, where's Dexter? And we gotta ask Vertigo about this because he's our conspiracy theorist. And guys, be careful where your element in Loyal Fans because we really, I like this theory. I really like this theory. Like Claude went to the future and became Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm reading about
Okay.
the fans' conspiracy theory.
Alright.
That's what they say. Because they find that the skills are a bit similar and
Yes.
Nathan looks a bit like Claude.
You just have to push the hair all the way up and dye it white, right?
And let's not forget Nathan is from the future.
Oh yeah, true. And of course, Nathan spelled backwards. Yes, I'm winning on these jokes. Vertigo, be scared. But other than this, right? Because you know, Almighty picks up the Mathilda, right? Jokes aside, I really like this pickup from the Mathilda, being able to bring someone along for the ride. I always ask this question: if you drive a Mathilda in, who do you bring along the ride? I think Minstar is the best one to bring along the ride because you know, Tempest of Blaze coming in. What Minstar has to do is just activate the ultimate. He won't be able to just do all this dash. So I think this is something a bit of a pseudo counter against Kingsman already.
Well, speaking of in for a ride, we are finally into the game itself. I'm super excited to see who's going to be the tank.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Could be Sky, it could be QDIC because you can see he starts.
I mean, who is the tank for KGM?
Oh, KGM, my bad. Oh yeah, because Natalia was not picked up, but didn't really see the draft. It is going to be still Natalia.
Wow, I mean, Azura X on that Natalia, Assassin onto the mid lane. I am surprised. I got to say it's a hit or miss, but speaking of which, Azura X comes in for the slide, goes in, trying to. It's gonna be Sky. Minzata onto that core. You are right, Jace.
Because you know, conspiracy theories. We're living in a world of COVID-19, so a quick PSA out there: stay safe. And you know what, fellows? Unpredictability. And here we go. Even in the Landstorm itself, not say COVID touched them, but the point is, it's so unpredictable. You don't know what's coming up next. Azura X coming in with Natalia.
Well, onto the bottom lane as well. They're trying to do Natalia, Azura X on the Natalia, trying to go for that snipe onto Boost, did not connect onto it and will continue to rotate. Meanwhile, you look at the top lane, Odiabambi onto that link, just going in for the farm, avoiding fights for while. Meanwhile, QDIC trying to go for the snipe onto the side of Forza, but he will avoid that Matilda for now.
Yeah, so Forza used to be the RSG tank player, right? So you should be able to have this mindset as a fighter. So I really like this transition that you see. Usually we see Forza on the marksman role, but I think the Lapu Lapu fits the MO of Forza. But of course, other than that, we have to try to, I think Almighty, they have to stick to their tactical, right? We tilt Odiabambi, we deny the real world manipulation, but Azura X is also there to deny the feather airstrike. Because Azura X is on the timer. If you don't get a lead, you don't deny Sky from actually farming, you don't deny Bush, which just hit level 4, mind you, it will be too late.
Well, I mean, it really depends, like you say, on how he will be able to create the momentum for Kingsman. And speaking of which, Turtle spawn onto the top lane, but it's just going to be a kind of a bait for the side of Kingsman because Odiabambi, he's not ready. He wants to take his blue buff before rotating down to the Turtle lane. So it's going to be a disengage coming in from Kingsman. Meanwhile, onto the mid lane itself, they manage to connect the feather airstrike. Will get onto the first blood onto Almighty coming in from Sky.
Yeah, what a setup, right? But is not lost right now. Bossa coming in, trying to catch foot at the same time, but Bossa looking a bit too low. Will be able to walk out of there. Almighty will not be able to take it away. But Kingsman, I think that was a fail against Cam at the bottom side like QDI. Oh, wrong side. And also wrong name. Dicey will fall.
Oke, Cep. Dilanjut, Cep. Terus, Cep.
Going for the aggressive push into the turret itself. Paid well as the
Sorry, coy. Gangguan, coy.
is just tanky.
Terus Cep.
Explorer or Mighty, and even Envy, climbing it back up. But I would say that the highlight for me is to see who is going to be in the upper brackets. And today, by the end of the day, we will know who is in the upper brackets and who is in the lower brackets. I mean, RSG and EVOS, we kind of know that these two, the standings won't change. They will be either first or second. But it's the third and the fourth spot, which is so exciting.
Yeah, really well said there, Sophia, and really have to echo what you said. You also saw it on the standings as well. Notorious Villains, unfortunately, they have not been performing very well throughout the regular season. There are some movements coming in around. Sophia, you want to care to actually explain to our viewers as well?
Well, I mean, it is kind of a surprise for
Yeah,
me.
it is.
Envy, they decided to swap out Aeon. They're going to go in to take over Too Easy for Angelo, which was from Impunity.